If you've been spending weeks polishing your portfolio to look flawless, I want you to stop for a second. Because you might be accidentally building a rejection magnet that 21% of companies will delete before a human even sees your name. Look, I know it's stressful. You've been told your whole career that professional means perfect, but in 2026, perfect looks like a bot. Here is the reality. 83% of global HR departments are going to be using AI-driven screening by the end of next year. And when those algorithms see a glossy, templated project that looks like every other top-tier candidate, it flags it as generic. Recruiters are admitting it too. 62% of them say they immediately reject resumes and portfolios that look like they were churned out by an AI template. It's reached a point where some companies use fully autonomous systems to cut people loose without a single human eyes on review. Let that number sit for a second. We're in a world where trying to look perfect is actually getting you ghosted. Have you ever felt that frustration? Like you're doing everything the right way, but the door just keeps slamming shut. So if looking perfect is actually getting you rejected, what are the people who are landing 25% salary premiums actually doing differently? The secret isn't showing the finish line. It's showing the 10 miles of rough terrain you crossed to get there. In my 15 years in this industry, I've seen the shift happen in real time. We've moved from a results-oriented market to a process-oriented one. I call it the decision log framework. This is where you stop showing the glossy final render and start showing your scars. I'm talking about the failed iterations, the bad ideas, and the trade-off logic that kept you up at 2 in the morning. When a recruiter looks at a senior-level candidate, 77% of them are prioritizing your decision-making logic over your visual polish. They don't just want to see that the code works or the design is pretty, they want to know why you chose path A over path B. Here's where it gets really interesting. There is currently a 56% salary premium for candidates who can prove what we call AI-augmented critical thinking. That's a fancy way of saying they want humans who know how to use the tools, but can also explain when the tools are wrong. This sounds great in theory, but what does showing your scars actually look like on a screen that a recruiter only looks at for 6 seconds? Let's get practical. Most people write their project summaries like this. I delivered a new checkout system that increased conversion by 10%. It's clean, it's punchy, and it's exactly what an AI would write. Now, here is the human version. The version that triggers a hiring manager's trust. You say, I initially tried to implement a one-click checkout, but it failed during beta because our older user base found it confusing. So I pivoted. I added a progress bar and a confirmation step, which actually increased our trust score and eventually led to that 10% lift. See the difference? You're not just a results machine, you're a problem solver. Stop saying I delivered X. Start saying I initially tried Y, but it failed because of Z, so I pivoted to X. That's the phrase that makes a recruiter stop scrolling. Statistics show that candidates using these proof-of-work logs see a 3.5x higher interview conversion rate. 17% of recruiters are now specifically hunting for failure logs or iteration histories just to verify that a human actually did the work. They are looking for the messiness. They are looking for the logic that an AI can't fake. Now you might be thinking, what if I don't have a senior architect's fail log? What if I'm just starting out or changing lanes entirely? If you have no experience or you're switching careers, your decision log isn't a record of your past. It's your learning curve. Don't hide the fact that you struggled with a concept. Document it. If you spent 3 days trying to understand how a specific API works, show the 3 things you tried that didn't work before you finally got it. That is infinitely more valuable to a hiring manager than a certificate you got for clicking next on a video course. 74% of hiring managers say AI has made it almost impossible to judge authenticity. They are starving for something real. Tina Wang, the VP at ADP, put it perfectly. Specific skills can be taught, but candidates who bring behavioral proof of their decision-making are the only ones we can trust. Whether you're a junior or a 20-year vet, the authenticity deficit is your biggest opportunity. If everyone else is using AI to look flawless, your human messiness is your competitive edge. Have you seen this in your own workplace? That person who isn't the flashiest, but everyone trusts them because they always know the why behind the work. That's who you're becoming. You have the logic and the strategy. Now let's talk about the specific steps you need to take before Monday morning to stop the ghosting. Now this is the part that changes everything. The average job search right now is taking 5.5 months. Applications per role have tripled because people are using AI to spray and pray. You don't have time to be generic? Here's your homework for this week. I want you to open your portfolio right now and find your most perfect project, the one that looks the glossiest. And I want you to mess it up on purpose. I want you to add a section called the iteration log, or what didn't work. Use the formula. Action plus failure plus logic. Rewrite one bullet point to show a trade-off you made. Prove to that recruiter, who is only going to give you 6 seconds, that there is a human brain behind the screen. The market isn't looking for a perfect machine anymore. It's looking for the human who knows how to fix the machine when it breaks. To go show them your logic. What's the one thing you're going to change in your portfolio this week? I'm genuinely curious to hear how this shifts things for you. I'll see you in the next one.